Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we got a popular one for you today. This we first did back with Divi 4, might have even done it with Divi 3, and it's floating images. As you can see, we've got three little images there. They're sort of floating up and down at different rates, almost like they're sitting on a little wave there. Really easy to do, and you can do this with any site you like. You can do it with HTML sites, doesn't have to be a WordPress site here, but we've done it here with Divi 5. I'll show you exactly how to do it. So let's get started. I'm going to hit edit with Divi up here on this page, and let's go and I'll add a new section. Inside my section I'm using 3, I'll use 3 again. Funnily enough, I'm going to throw an image module in there. There it is, and we'll just throw an image in. I guess we'll use that little helicopter again. Let's get rid of what we're got going on top here. Save a bit of confusion. Great. Well, we've got our image there. To make it roll up and down, we've actually got to use a bit of CSS, but it's really easy, and I'll write it all for you. Anybody that just wants to copy and paste it, I'll put it down below the video, but I would suggest you do write it out yourself. CSS is a wonderful thing to learn. So we're in the image. I'm going to go over to the Advanced tab. I'm going to go down to where it says CSS here. They've got a fantastic freeform CSS tab, which they first introduced in Divi 4 there. And we can do all kind of complex CSS here. And don't let that scare you. It's really easy. And like I said earlier, for anybody that it does scare and you want to just copy and paste it, it'll be down below the video. So to make this float up and down, we've got to target this module. To target the module itself, all we have to do is write selector. SELECTOR, and it'll select this module that we're in. Once we've done that, we can open and close some curly brackets. Inside the curly brackets, we can start writing what we want. Well, I want to create an animation that makes this float up and down, as you saw earlier. So I'm going to say animation, ANIMATION, colon. Then we need to give it a name. I'm just going to call mine float, FLOAT. You can call yours what you want, but it needs to be unique name-wise. I'm going to have mine floating for 3 seconds, so the whole animation is going to take 3 seconds. I want it to be fairly linear. Well, not quite linear, but I want it to be smooth, so I'm going to use ease in, ease out, ease, dash in, dash out. And I want it to keep on going and going, so I'm going to say infinite. So it's going to run smoothly, and it's going to keep going. It's going to rotate every 3 seconds right there. Now we've created this animation and given it a name, we can build it. We use keyframes to do this today, and it's a bit like stop animation. We set time periods and decide what we want to do in those particular time periods. And in this particular case, we've got 3 seconds to work with. So to create keyframes, it's at keyframes, KEYFRAMES. Then the name that we gave it, which is float. Now we can open some more curly brackets and decide what we want to do with our 3 seconds. Well, when the page loads, basically 0%, when the page loads, or the beginning of second 1 of our 3 seconds there, we can open some more curly brackets. I want it to be at its normal position. I'm going to use transform translate for this. So we'll say transform, colon, and the word translate, TRANSLATE. Then some round brackets at the end with no gap. How much do we want to move it by? Well, I want it to be in normal position, so I'm going to put a 0. I don't want it to move at all. Now I'm actually using the y-axis for this. So right at the end of translate with no gap there, we want to put a capital Y. And that'll make it go up and down when we do this. Now we've got our first one. I'm going to copy that from the 0% there to our first closing bracket there. Don't get that bottom one. That's encapsulating the whole thing. It's just our first one here from the opener to the closer right there. Control C to copy. I'm going to drop down one more. And I'm going to say perhaps at halfway along, let's say 50%. I want it to transform by maybe negative 10 pixels. Let's try that. And if you want it to go higher, obviously make more. Make that number larger. We'll say negative 10 px. As you can see, it's already started doing something. Then at the 100%, the end of second 3, I want it to come back down to 0 again. I've already got that in my clipboard. So again, we can jump down one. I'll repaste it in there, make that 100%, 0. Perfect. So it's jumping up by 10 pixels. Like I said, you can change this amount if you want it to do more, make that 20, be more dramatic. For the time being, I'm going to leave it at 10 though. Now you may be thinking, well, I don't want to do this for all 3 images here. Well, you don't have to. You really don't. All we're going to do is copy this and then just change some of these numbers around. So we've got them floating at different rates. So let's just clone this perhaps. 2 little squares to clone. Got 3 of them there. Just drag any one across that you want. And I've got one more than I need there. Great. So we'll go into this second one. We'll change out the actual image itself. Obviously, whatever you want to put in yours. And similar for the third one here. We'll change out that little image that we've got going on there. Perfect. Now it looks like they're actually going up and down at different rates, but they're not. It's just because we've started them at different rates on this page. If I was to save this now, and we go ahead and preview it, you'll see that they're actually floating up and down at the same rate. Just like that. Which is okay, but it's not what I want. So to make it more like a wave, to make it look like they're really floating on a wave, we can just go in. Let's go to our first one. We'll go to our CSS, Advanced CSS. All I'm going to do is change the timing. I'm going to make this one perhaps, let's make it 6 seconds. And then we'll go to the next one. And I'll make it perhaps 4 seconds. So we've got 6, 4, and 3. Now if I save and we re-preview, there we have it. They're floating up and down at different rates there. And just for a bit of added drama, I gave them a bit of box shadow and made this section slightly bigger, so they had a bit more room to sort of jump up and down. They've got almost enough there. But if you want to do that, let's just go into this section. Design wise, I'm going to go down to sizing. I'm going to make it perhaps half the available screen size there. So let's go down to minimum height. Give it 50 viewable height, VH. Gives it a bit more space, but I want it to be in the middle of our section here. So we can just roll up to our layout up here. Divi 5, fantastic new flex layouts. We can justify the content to the middle just like that. And if you wanted to add a bit of box shadow just for more effect, we can go into one of these, design, roll down the box shadow. We'll throw one of those on the end, and let's extend the attributes to the rest of them. Extend the box shadow attributes. I want to extend to this row, parent row. Perfect. There we go. They've all got a bit of box shadow there. Let's save again, and we'll have another little preview. And there we have it. We've got our nice little floating images. Of course, you can have them linked to anything you want, or you can have them pop out into a light box if you want to too. Now, if you've got them floating up and down at crazy rates, you may decide you want to stop it when they put their mouse on it. We can add just another little bit of code to make that happen very easily. If I just go back in here, we'll go back into one of the images, advanced, back to our CSS here. At the end here, I'm going to copy where it says selector to this first closing bracket there. Control C to copy. I'm going to drop down just after our closing bracket on this one. I'm going to paste it in there again, Control V. And all I'm going to say was, it says animation there, I'm going to say animation : none. But we only want it to stop on hover. Let's put a little semicolon on the end there. So right at the end of selector with no gap, it's important you don't put a gap in there. I'm going to put a colon and the word hover. So now when we put our cursor over it, it's going to stop when we hover over it. And we want to make sure that other images have this too. So let's copy this little bit, Control C. Can't remember which image I was in. Let's go into this one perhaps. You'll know because it's not on the end there. Paste that bit into that one. And we can go into this one. Yep, not there. Paste it into that one. Perfect. Now when we save our draft, then re-preview, we've got our nice little floaty images there. But when we hover over them, they're going to stop floating. Same with this one. And you don't have to use images, you can use modules. Call to actions work quite well with this. But that little bit of code at the end there just to stop it hovering when they got their mouse over it is pretty useful. So there you go, guys. There's how to create some floating images really easy with a bit of CSS code in Divi 5. And that's a great little feature for your customers there. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. Don't forget that CSS code will be down below the video if anybody wants to copy and paste it. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.